Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking to catalogers in particular, and we're going to be talking about global cataloging. What is global cataloging? In other systems, I guess you'd call it SCIS cataloging. We don't call it SCIS cataloging only because we do more than just SCIS. Okay, so if you do SCIS like 90% of all school libraries around Australia, fantastic, we do that. But we go the extra mile. We'll allow you to also catalog automatically from any other Z39.50 source. So it could be your local council library, it could be your university library, it could be Library of Congress, it can be anyone else that provides Z39.50 data like SCIS does. Okay, however, SCIS is specialized, it's Australian, and just about any book you use in your school in Australia, SCIS would have cataloged it. So that's why I guess other people call it SCIS cataloging, but we call it global cataloging. So to go there, you need to be signed in. That's number one. Number two, when you're signed in, you need to be able to click on the menu and you need to have the catalog function. And if you've got the catalog function, you've got to have the global catalog function. When you go to the global catalog, this is the screen that you're going to get. Now, before we do anything in global cataloging, there's some fundamentals that you need to set up. Because if it's set up, then it's going to work like a dream. Okay? And the way it'll work is you'll enter the ISBN number of the book, and then the barcode of the book, then the ISBN, the barcode, ISBN barcode, ISBN barcode. That's all you do and it's done. But for that to work, you need to set it up. So the first thing you will do when you get in here, you'll come down to the configuration. Don't hit the configuration button. You go to the arrow beside it because there are a whole bunch of options in here. Click on that and you go Z3950 database. So you click on that. Okay, and the first one should be SCIS. Then the next one should be whichever other database you want. And the third one will be whatever. So you can have as many Z3950 entries as you like. But we're just going to deal with SCIS. So you need to have SCIS. You need to have 210. You need to have that URL in there because that's SCIS's URL. You need to have that database name because that's SCIS's database name. Okay. And so all the parameters up to now are SCIS specific. But in here, you will enter your SCIS membership number that SCIS has given you. And up in here, you will put in your SCIS password that SCIS has given you. And if it was all blank, that update button will not be update. It'll be a save. If your username changes or your password changes, when you come in here, that save button will now be update. All you need to do is put that in, click on save, and then just exit out, and you must go back into the menu, go back into catalog, back into global catalog for the program to be reloaded with the new username and password. Okay, that's number one. The next thing you're going to do is very simple, and that is go back up to the up arrow and click on copy defaults. Now, these are all the default information that you will put into the catalog of every individual book you catalog. As an example, every book will have a barcode. Every book will have a security code, which I'll deal with in a minute. It'll have a location, a sublocation, a loan period, a renewal period. It'll have a copy status, and it'll have a cost center, and it'll have a supplier. Okay, so you put in the fundamentals for 70% of all that data. So let's go and have a look. We're now going to go into copy default, and basically in this one we're going to say you'll click there and you'll choose the media type. So in my case, if it's a book that I'm going to be cataloging, okay, I will look for book and I'll say these are the parameters for a book. So the books are going to be stored as a security 0. That means anyone can borrow it. If it's a teacher's reference, make it 5050. If it's only for year 12, then make it year 12. Okay, so and what that means is that when a year 10 comes to borrow a book that's year 12, they'll say, no, he shouldn't be borrowing this. Do you want to override? You will be able to override everything. If a student comes to borrow a teacher's resource, which you said is 50, okay, they're year 12, so that's less than 50, you'll say, no, they can't borrow it, it's a teacher's resource. So that's what that is for. Okay, the location where it's being stored, then the sub-location if you're using it. So location could be library, sub-location would be the fiction shelf. Okay, so that's up to you. You must have a loan period, you must have a renewal period, and you must have a copy status which is available. And that's all you need to do. And then if you've never created one, you go save, otherwise you just click update. All right, you update that. Then you come back here and you say, all right, I've done books. Now I want to do magazines. So you'll pick up magazines and you put all the parameters for magazines. You'll put on the parameters for teacher's reference and so forth and so on. That's all you do. Put all those defaults in so you never have to do it again. And then what will happen is, before you catalog SKISS, let's assume that you've got 20 books. So you'll say, these are, the first 5 of them are books. So you'll choose book, and automatically it'll bring up all those parameters that you just set for a book. And then all you do is you go, before you do that, you then also have to tell the system what kind of spine label you're going to use. Where do I get spine label? So you just click down here, choose the up arrow and choose default spine label. And we have certain defaults. So here we go. We'll click that and we'll say it's an Alice spine label, it's a Reiko spine label, so choose the label. This one, 12603, seems to be a common one. Okay, and just go save. That's all you need to do. Exit out, come back in, all the parameters are saved. However, if the spine label that you use is not on that list, okay, then for the sake of spine label, so default spine label, okay, for the sake of $50, you're better off to choose a spine label off here, and you'll remove all the headaches of manually trying to format it. Okay, if your spine label is not here, tell us which one it is. Chances are we've already done a label for that, and if we have, you can choose it off the list and you're ready to go from day one. Okay, now I've set my spine labels, I'm ready to go. So all I now need to do is, with the barcode reader, I just zap in the ISBN number of the book, and then I'll go to the barcode area and I'll put in my barcode, and then I'll zap in the next spine label. You don't have to wait, just next spine label and then the next barcode, and the next barcode is that, and then you'll go next spine label. Okay, you'll zap it in, and then you go next barcode is that, and then you'll go next spine label. Okay, and then you go next barcode is that, and that's all you do. Now if you put in a ISBN number, not spine label, ISBN number that's not in the system, okay, if you put that in there and it's not in the system, what's going to happen is that the system is going to give you an error. Okay, and this is what the error is going to look like. It'll check it, okay, and it'll come up with red. You just take that book out and manually catalog it, or you might want to wait a few days and try it again. Okay, now if I've done 10 books and they were all in the same location, same sub-location, same renewal period, same loan period, same supplier, but let's say there were 5 books and they're all different suppliers. So you just come here, you put in the supplier, put in the cost, then ISBN barcode. Put in the next supplier, put in the cost, ISBN barcode. Put in the next supplier, put in the cost, ISBN barcode. And that's all it is. And that's all there is to global cataloging, okay, or SKISS cataloging. However, we've cataloged these books, we'd like spine labels for them. And because we've already told the system what my default spine label is, all you need to do is click print. And a spine label report is not set. So let me just go and set it. I didn't set it. So let's just go to default spine label, and I'm going to choose 12603. Okay, now 12603, and I can now go print. Oh, I have to exit out and come back in again. But if I went print, it will automatically print all the spine labels for all the books in the order that they were cataloged in. And if you happen to use an existing sheet that's been used, at the bottom over here, it'll say how many blanks. And you'll say, leave 10 blanks. And then it'll start printing from the 11th label. And that's all there is to global cataloging or SKISS cataloging. Have fun. Thank you.